Hey everyone, welcome back again, and in today's video we have one tip for every attacker in Rainbow Six Siege. The difference between this video and the others is that I try to give some new and unique tips that some of you might not know. So let's get this video to 600 likes and I hope you enjoy. Starting off with Sledge, instead of talking about vertical play, you can actually deny impact tricking by sledging the reinforced wall, and that allows your heart breachers to place or throw their gadget into reinforcement. This can be a good way to safely open the wall without getting impact tricked. Thatcher EMPs have a huge range, so instead of throwing one on wall and one on the door to get an ADS or a utility, throw it in the middle and that will take care of both utilities. Now you all know with Ash you need to take care of the shield and blah blah blah, but you can also rush into side or certain area without getting any damage if you shoot your charge in the corner of barricade. With Termite I couldn't think of anything new, but if you can, let everyone know down in the comments. If a hatch is electrified, then by placing your Termite charge next to the hatch you can open it. Moving on to Twitch, think about when and from where you have to use them. If you use your shock drones at the start of action phase and from some nasty drone holes, then you can definitely be more sneaky and get more utility. With Monty, if you run laser on your pistol, then your hip fire is more accurate and your chance of getting a kill is for sure higher. Now that Glaz is 3 speed and has a SMG, you have to remember that you can play him a bit more aggressive, and getting a kill through smokes is not your only option. Fuse can be really good for two things. Either take care of the utility on sides such as Melusi Banshees or shields, and for the second tip you can place one pre-charge on one side and fuse charge on the other to leave no space for defenders to run. With Blitz, do not lean with your shield cause they can shoot your shoulder, and also you want to get close to your enemy by running and going crouch immediately after it. This way they can't shoot you and also you get a chance to flash them. Moving on to IQ, run suppressor on your pistol, so if you are taking care of utility from below or above, then it's sneakier and makes less sound so defenders don't flank you. With Bug Shotgun, if you ADS, then you can make vertical holes easier and you can open holes further. That can be really good for dodging C4s. Even though Blackbeard is not as strong as before, but if you play him, make sure your shield is not exposing you cause sometimes you can't see your enemy but they can see your shield. Capitao smokes can be really useful if you smoke above a doorway or an angle, so you block defenders' line of sight but you can see their feet if you go prone. Hibana gadget allows you to open hatches and walls at the same time, so this can be really good for distracting your enemies or make them fall apart since each one of them has to hold one hole. So if you're playing Jackal and you see footsteps going downstairs back to side, there's no point scanning it since you have the info. Instead, scan a roamer's footsteps in mid-floor. I think honestly most of us forget that we can yank through the floor, especially on downstairs sides that you can cook it and then rush into side to get yourself some kills. For Zofia, make sure to not waste either your stuns or impacts. What you want to do is use one stun to burn ADS and then one impact to burn another ADS. This way you're left with stuns and impacts and you can get info or take care of shields. Dokkaebi calls are a great way to clear roamers, but did you know if there's one guy close to you restarting his phone, then you can hear the clicking sound. So you can wait 2 or 3 seconds and then push for a kill when you hear the sound. The best way to use Lion ability is on executes and pushes. So if you get info on one guy and you're ready to take the fight against him, use it cause the Lions can force him to stop moving, and that's a great advantage for you. Finka heals can make your reloading 1 second faster, but this doesn't mean you should use your heals if your team is full HP. Moving on to Maverick, let's say you all know how to use the gadget, but did you know you can do a sneaky rush if you touch the barricade? This also makes less sound than just punching it. Nomad air jabs on some stairs can be really hard to place, so what you can do is make a hole on the floor and put air jab instead of it. Two things here, only use this if you know defenders can shoot your normal air jabs on top of the stairs and make the hole a bit bigger so it can cover the flank. With Gridlock, don't make a mistake and throw them in the middle of the stairs so it covers top and bottom. Throwing it on top allows defenders to come up without going through them. Nook is invisible to cams, but if you run then they can see your location because of a blurry shadow around you, so try to be real slow with her. One single tip for Amaru is rush with info and for map control. That's way better than rushing to side. My tip for Color is just don't play her, she's bad. You want to get utility, then you will either play vertically or just use nades and gun sticks. For Ayana, you could easily destroy a Rooney gate if you stay really close to it and then deploy your clone. This way you don't have to get into the clone itself to move around. The amount of ace players I see that make vault breach holes is just insane, so make sure to throw them low enough that they can go through and not jump. Zero cams are really good for flank cams, so try to take map control and use them to your advantage. Shooting them through breach or roof to get info on side works really hard cause they can hear the sound. My tip for Flores is that you can deploy your drone and get out of it, and the retro drone will keep going. So it can be really good to bait the enemy team thinking you are in your drone, but in fact you have your gun up ready to shoot them. For Osa, you can push the enemy in front of you if you trick them by placing your shield down halfway and then cancel the animation and push again. This gives you more space and will force defenders out of their position. And finally, for the last attacker sense, make sure to smoke enemy's line of sight, not yours. And also whenever you smoke, make sure to wait 2 or 3 seconds, cause they will definitely shoot through it. That's it for the video of today. Hope you could learn some new stuff. Make sure to like and subscribe and watch these two videos if you want to improve. See you all in the next one.